So from the previous slide, integral test, we can use it to determine a series, in this case a function of x, for example, or a function of n. For the case of x, it must be positive, continuous, and decreasing for x greater than or equals to 1. And then for the series, a sub n equals to the function of that in terms of n, the function of that equation, the function in terms of n, and then the series, summation of a sub n, and the integral between 1 to infinity of that function with respect to x dx, either both converges or both diverges. This is, in other words, for all x greater than or equals to 1, the function of the series, it must be a positive value and it must be continuous and decreasing. And to check whether a function decreasing or not, we have to take the derivative of the function. That's the only way to check whether the function is decreasing or not for x greater than 1. So the interval is for x greater than 1, greater than or equals to 1. So let's take an example of using integral test for a series. So this is our series. So according to the according to the integral test, this series must be, this particular series must be continuous and positive and decreasing. In other words, the function must be decreasing for x, or in this case n, greater than or equals to 1. So number 1, now if we substitute 1, substitute the value of n equals to 1, so 1 over 1 square plus 1, so it's equals to 1.5, 1 over 2, which is half, and therefore it is positive. So it meets the requirement number 1. Requirement, let me just write down requirement for integral test. For n greater than or equals to 1, the function must be, the series, the series must be number 1 positive, meaning greater than 0. Number 2, it's continuous for all x or all n equals to greater than equal to 1. And number 3, decreasing function. Remember, this must be for n greater than or equals to 1 of this function. So I don't know if you can plot this function 1 over x squared plus 1. Otherwise, you just have to check for all of these requirement, one by one. So for n greater than 1, let's say put 1, then it's positive. 2, the same thing, also positive. It is continuous for all x, or for all n equals to greater than or equals to 1, and decreasing or not, we must check by taking the derivative of that function. So in that case, if it is a function of x, if it is a function of x of x squared plus 1, we can put n here, the same thing. So what is the derivative of this function at x greater than or equals to 1? Well, number 1, we have to check the derivative of this function using quotient rule. So in this case, our u in this case is 1. Our u is 1. And our v is x squared plus 1. So quotient rule, to take the derivative, quotient of that function is v square and v times du over dx minus u times dv over dx all over v square. So du, okay, du with respect to x will simply be 0, and then dv with respect to x is 2x. I think that's it. Okay, so if we plug it into the first derivative, v is x squared plus 1 times du dx is 0, so it becomes 0, negative u is 1, dv dx is 2x, and everything divided by v square, which is x square plus 1 square. Let's make some room. So in this case, our derivative is, this the first term is 0 because it's multiplied by 0, is simply negative 2x all over x square plus 1 square due to v square. So as you can see, this is okay, indicates that it's a decreasing function. Okay, the gradient, if you like, f square equals to gradient dy dx. The gradient is less than 0, or therefore the function is decreasing. Okay, so it allows us to use the integration rule for this test. So yes, using integral or integration rule is quite complicated. So what is the integral of this function between 1 to infinity? So we're checking the integral of that function. I'll just write down integral test of the series, meaning we're taking the integral between 1 to infinity, okay, of the series, which is 1 over n square plus 1 dx. Okay, so I don't know if you remember, okay, let me, how do I say this? Okay, this is the same as, okay, the limit of the series, okay, for a variable, in this case for okay, let me just write down this one is x square, to make it easy for us. 1 over x square dx, because we're taking the derivative with respect to x, so equals to limit of n approaches infinity from 1 to the value of t, which is infinity, of 1 over x square plus 1 dx. Okay, 1 over x square plus 1, okay, the integral of 1 over x square plus 1 here is pretty standard in textbook. You can get the value directly, or you can derive it, which is going to be very long. Derive it using secant x, yeah, you can substitute x here equals to secant theta, okay, and then therefore secant square theta plus 1 equals to tan square, okay, derivative of 1 over secant square plus 1 equals to, okay, the integral you will get inverse tan later on. So if you check any textbook, the integral of 1 over x squared plus 1 is simply inverse tan or arc tan x. Limit as n approaches infinity of inverse tan, which is tan negative 1, of x between x to infinity to 1, from 1 to infinity. So for the first one, we're taking the limit as n approaches infinity of inverse tan infinity, okay, minus, you can put the big brackets there, minus inverse tan of 1, and therefore in here we have if we substitute the infinity into the equation, in that case we don't need to write the infinity anymore here. Or we can if you want. For the next one you don't need. So inverse tan of infinity equals to 90 degree or pi over 2, and then inverse tan of 1 is pi over 4. In other words, is equals to 45 degree. Sorry, pi over 4. That's the inverse tan of 1. Sorry, yeah, inverse tan of 1 is pi over 4. This is pi over, which is 45 degree. So this is equals to pi over 4 then, which is 3 over 14, which is less than 1, because pi is 3.14 and 3.14 divided by 4 is less than 1, or basically in this case sorry, we're using integral test, yeah. In the integral of 1 over x squared plus 1 here, the integral is pi over 4, meaning the series converts to a value of pi over 4, and therefore we conclude that because the integral converts to pi over 4, therefore the series also converts. So we can say because the integral converts to a function, a unit value, unique value, pi over 4, therefore the series converge. That's the basic definition of convergent, meaning it converts to a unique value. In this case, the unique value is pi over 4, like that. So that's an example of integral test. We have to determine that the series is positive, continuous, and decreasing for the n or the x of the function in the range between 1 onwards, okay, from n greater than or equals to 1. Let's do another one here. The series of 1 over 3n minus 2. So again, determine, okay, now the requirement number 1 must be positive for, this is for n greater than equals to 1, must be positive. The series must be positive and continuous and decreasing, meaning the gradients f1 or dy dx, okay, less than 0. In other words, is negative value. So let's see. if we substitute 1 in this case, 1 over 3 times 1 is 3 minus 2 is 1. If it is 2, it will become 6. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 minus 2 is 4. 1 over 4 and so on. So it is positive for n greater than or equals to 1. Yes, it is also continuous for any value of n greater than or equals to 1. You can substitute any value. And the next question is, what is the gradient? Yeah, what is the gradient of the function f of x? Let's say f of x is, in that case, 3x minus 2. Okay, what is the first derivative of f of x? Okay, again in here we're gonna have to use, okay, check with quotient rule. Okay, f of x equals to, v square, okay, v times du with respect to dx minus u times dv over dx over v square. So in this case, our, again, just like before, our u in this case is 1, therefore du over dx will be 0, and then our v in this case is 3x. We're going to substitute 3x minus 2, and therefore dv over, this is v, dv over dx is therefore 3. And then the first derivative of that function will be, based on the formula there, equals to v square, which is 3x minus 2 square. On the top we have v, which is 3x minus 2 multiplied by du dx, which is 0, minus v is 3x minus 2 and dv dx is equals to 3. So overall, our first derivative giving a negative, negative 3x minus 2, which can be cancelled. Yeah, we have 3x minus 2 also in here. Let's square. So this is basically, you can cancel one of them. It simply give us 3 over 3x minus 2. But don't forget, there is negative sign, which indicate that the negative function, negative of f of x, okay, negative f of x equals to decreasing gradient. So indicate, okay, so it fulfills the requirement for integral test. So we just have to take the integral of that series, okay, between 1 to infinity of 1 over 3x minus 2 dx. So with respect to x, this is simply be, directly 1 over 3, okay, ln 3x minus 2. So we just have to take the the value, okay, between the infinity to 1, okay. So it is either 1 over 3 multiplied by ln 3 times infinity minus 2 is ln infinity, okay, minus ln 3 times 1 minus 2. 3 minus 2 is 1, so ln 1 is 0. Ln 1 is 0. So the result of this calculation then equals to 1 over 3 multiplied by infinity. Plus ln infinity minus ln Yeah, minus ln 3 is simply ln 1, which is 0, so equals to infinity. So the result is infinity. So in this case, by integral test, it diverges, okay, because the value, okay, the value of the series, okay, does not converge to a particular value, but instead it diverges to infinity. So we can simply say that the series does not converge to a unique value, a certain value, okay, instead diverge to infinity. Therefore, okay, therefore the series diverges. Okay, that's the use of integral test for determining the convergence of series.